My name is John of JWH Millinery, and this is my 2024 Lillian Frank Millinery Competition entry. This is my very first time entering this competition. I've always wanted to do it since I moved to Australia, but I've always been a little bit nervous to do so. So this is my very first entry, and I thought, what is the best way to make a splash on your first entry by making something which I've had in my mind for a very long time. So this hat was inspired by very much a music video. Anybody that knows me knows I love the group Steps. I know, tragic. And there was a scene in a certain video, which I've put the screenshots on now, where there was a hedge and there was flowers, and it was just a vibe. And I've always had this kind of image seared into my brain because it's one of my favourite songs ever, and it's one of my favourite music videos ever. So I was like, how can I turn this into a hat? And this is what became of this. So this is called Here and Now, very much inspired by the music video. And to make this hat, obviously there was a lot of mesh, a lot of green mesh was involved in this. I think I bought around 8 or 9 meters, then cut into strips, and then that was gathered. So in total there was about 20 to 24 meters of mesh that needed to be gathered. I then sewed this onto a pre-made piece that was going to wrap around the crown. So I'd already sketched out exactly what I needed, the shape of where the fluff is going to go, and then really set about sewing all that down once I'd gathered it. Now this took me a fair bit, and everything was done by hand, apart from the gathering. The gathering wasn't done by hand, that was done on a sewing machine, but everything else was sewn by hand. Once that was into place, I then blocked a crown, just a beautiful, just regular dome crown, covered that in some Dupion silk, and then attached the ruffle situation to the outside of the crown. So that was all dealt with, beautiful, great. Then it was on making some flowers. So I didn't want to really copy exactly what was in the video. So I was thinking, what can I play around with colour-wise? And I decided to go with a pansy because I think green and purple will, personally to me, look really good together. And also it kind of ties in because pansies have a little bit of a yellow centre. I just thought the colours would be quite complementary to each other. So once I'd painted all my silk flowers, cut them out, and then hand tooled them into beautiful pansies. So they have a calyx as well, and a lot of them on the crown section actually have an individual petal as well that was sewn on, which when the flowers are sewn on, they've got this little crystal in the centre, so you can actually, it just sparkles on a beautiful sunny day. And that pretty much was the creation of this. I have obviously inserted some videos along. I hopefully will see you guys at the Melbourne Cup. I am going regardless, but it would be very nice for me on my very first entry to at least make some sort of final. I never enter any competition unless I think I'm going to win, so, you know, fingers crossed. Well, that was my 2024 Lillian Frank entry, and I look forward to seeing you all at Melbourne Cup in a few weeks' time.